What'd you have? A Truly?
Trying to get a nice little buzz.
Now, back to Willard and Dibs on 95.7 The Game.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a situation. And it's not the loss of Dan Dibley's voice.
Thanks. I don't know what the hell happened.
You actually replicated. That was a replication sensation.
That's a buck. We were saying thank you to Greg Anthony.
When did you turn into a mob movie bag boy? Like you all of a sudden.
Get the papers. Get the papers. Give it to me again, Grandy. Thanks. I don't know.
Dude, I got to tell you.
It's like the guy, it's like that lady in the Don't Smoke campaign with the trach ring.
We've had enough.
I should have quit smoking years ago.
We've had enough stories through the years of broadcaster slip-ups.
Yeah.
When you talked like that, I literally thought I said something wrong to Greg Anthony. I was like, why is Dibs talking like that? Like, what did I do something wrong?
I don't know what happened.
I'm like, all right, Greg, thanks for coming on.
Thanks.
I'm like, oh, no.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know. The whole tone in the room changed. So thankfully, it was just that somebody ate your throat. I can relate.
Up.
I can relate. Yeah.
It was a seize.
You choked on the open net.
Totally.
All right. First of all, the Quest for Five is brought to you by the Alameda PD, now offering a $75,000 hiring incentive. Our team is your future. Go to alamedapolice.org to apply today. Dibs, you were right. But how right were you?
Wait, I was actually right about something?
Well,
because we love to highlight when I'm wrong.
Oh, well, that's how it works. That's how it works on this show.
Which is why...
What are we going to do? Highlight when I'm wrong? What, are you crazy?
That one caller kind of came down your road.
It's not the contract that I signed.
That's true.
It's not what we're doing here.
Thanks.
We're not doing 80.
All right, thanks.
Okay.
God, I hate Mark Randy.
You guys are supposed to not make me laugh today.
Sorry.
I'm not going to cry, Roy.
Totally.
Anyway, you're right. There is a starting lineup change for the Golden State Warriors. However, I would like for you, Dan Dibley, to guess what that change is. So, Mr. Dan Dibley, guess that lineup. All right.
Yeah.
Here's our contestant. His name is Dan. He's from Moraga, and he works in radio.
Yeah.
And he's known sometimes for doing voices. All right. There you go, Dan.
Thanks, Mark.
All right.
How you doing there, Mark? Thanks.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Fire away. What's that lineup?
Well, starting at guard from Davidson, number 30, Stephen Curry.
That's one.
At the other guard from Washington State, number 11, Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson is in the lineup. Yes.
At forward, Canada, number 22, Andrew Wiggins.
Andrew Wiggins is in the lineup. Yes.
And at the other forward, boo! I'm trying to replicate the crypto crowd.
Day-day.
From Michigan State, by way of Saginaw, Michigan, Draymond Green.
Draymond Green is in the lineup.
I'm 4 for 4.
Yeah. But number 5.
Well, now, do you want me to guess what I was going to guess, or do you want me to guess what my guess has become based on Mark Grandy and his cute little rejoiner that was replete with, would you have a Truly? Because I think that Mark Grandy, who wasn't in on the bit, was tipping his hand because the Grandy man can and does know exactly what's going on.
I think you're thinking too much is what I think. But you answer however you want to answer.
Well, then I'm going to go with my hunch because the Grandy man wouldn't have played GP2 coming back if he wasn't the fifth starter. So starting at whatever position you want, Gary Payton II.
Okay, hold on. Before I tell you whether you're right or not.
GP2.
What were you going to guess prior to you overthinking the Grandy man? What were you going to guess before that?
Would you have a Moses Moody?
Oh, were you really?
Yeah.
I mean, you've been saying all day, put Looney back in the lineup. Why didn't you guess Looney?
Because the way our producer, Lucas, assistant PD, he's squatting in my office. Should be mine. A new building coming up. There are no offices. But the way he bebopped and skiddly bopped on in here, it didn't feel like it's just a regular old Looney's back kind of a lineup.
So something
when
different.
Lucas said, guys, we have breaking news, I was, whoa.
Why has Lucas got to be nasally? Why did we do that?
I
know you're a king of voices.
Guy.
Right?
Sorry.
Yeah, Lucas
That's the guy who used to have his office.
Yeah.
Just breaking news, Dibs. means I love him. Danny Fry, you know I love you.
Hey, I told you not to make me laugh. I sound like I've been smoking 18 packs a day for the last 30 years.
Lucas would not have come in sing-songy and bippity-boppity-boopity if it was just going to be Kevon. So I was thinking, it feels like a curveball. I would have gone Moody, but then Grandy played What'd You Have, a Truly, so I'm going with GP2.
Okay. Looney and Moody ride bench.
Yes.
Looney and Moody ride bench. You're right. Neither one of them are in the lineup, and indeed it is.
Yes.
G
Thank you, Grandy.
To the P.
My fault.
With a double. Yeah, it is your fault.
No,
I did not realize this was all part of a bit we were all doing.
Can I get the bell? Because you're so quick with the buzzer when I'm wrong.
Hit the bell. Or hit the buzzer.
Give me a second. Hold on.
Yeah.
Or just hit his little... Yeah, thanks. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah. GP2. I mean...
It's even worse than I thought. It's so bad.
Now we've got like 14 of them because we've been doing it for the last 5 minutes.
I would have thought Moody. Honestly, I thought it was going to be Looney.
Yeah.
But Looney and Moody come off the bench.
Well,
and wow.
I'm a big fan of, I don't know how this is going to work out, but I'm a big fan of at least this concept. Here we are telling the Warriors for the last week and a half, well, the Lakers are too tall. And the Warriors are like, let's go even shorter. Interesting.
Yeah.
Highlight your strengths. It is not fight fire with fire. It's go the other way. You yin, will yang. You got Anthony Davis, Jared Vanderbilt. You're going to put trees out there? Fine. We're going to put squirrels out here and try to run up your trees. So listen to this starting lineup. Steph Curry, GP2, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, and 6'7" Draymond Green will be the biggest man on the floor for the Golden State Warriors. And they're going to try to run around the Lakers and surround the entire three-point line with movement and at least guys who can threaten to knock down a three.
So what do you do defensively now? We know that it's going to be Day-Day. Draymond on Anthony Davis, Wiggins on LeBron James, and you're left with D'Lo, Vanderbilt, and the hillbilly Mamba, Austin Reeves.
I think you're obviously putting GP2 on D'Angelo Russell and trying to stop him from getting off to a quick start.
Right.
And then I've got Steph and Klay to handle whatever's left, whether
Reeves
that's Vanderbilt,
Vanderbilt.
Reeves, that's fine. Vanderbilt, they have sent the note to Jared Vanderbilt, if you'd like to shoot a three, my man, you go right ahead and you let us know when you're done, and we'll be over here to try to pick up the board, if there even is one, because it seems like on some of your threes, you don't even hit anything.
Yeah.
So just
it's called an airball, Mark.
Duck, and make sure it doesn't hit you in the head. So you don't need to worry about him too much defensively. I would imagine that's at least to start, that's going to be where Klay Thompson is. And then you put Steph Curry on Austin Reeves and let him chase a little bit.
Yeah, I like that.
Austin Reeves is bigger than Steph, but they're not going to go post up Austin Reeves and worry anybody. There'd be plenty of defensive help on that.
Yeah.
So I think that's the way it'll look, and I think that's kind of intuitive. That's not bad.
It's not bad, and I also like the cross-match part of it where the Warriors have the ball, and now if you're the Lakers, you don't have two non-shooters on the floor at the same time with Draymond and Kevon both out there. So the Lakers are going to have to respect GP2 in the corner three.
He hasn't been able to knock one down yet.
No, but
has he hit a three in this series?
I will confirm it.
Yeah.
You go ahead and talk amongst yourself. No, he hasn't, Mark.
Yeah.
0 of 1, 0 of 0, 0 of 2. He's only played 34 minutes combined, and game one, it was only GT, as you like to call it, garbage time.
Right.
So if you take out the GT minutes from GP, he's only played 22 minutes in 3 games total.
Yeah. It's actually one of the things I like about this, which is you're throwing a completely different look, and obviously you're going to get a very activated GP2, the same way you got a very activated JaMychal Green when this first happened. This is a big moment for him, and he does play bigger than his size. So to say that the Warriors are so undersized, sure they are, but he is a little bit of that Swiss Army knife nature to where he can play like a guard on offense and he can play like a forward on defense. And so let's see what it looks like. I'm interested to see what it looks like. Yeah. I don't think it's a bad idea.
And you always say lean into it. Like if a point spread looks really out of line, lean into it. And this is kind of the same thing where if you're this undersized, what can you do to try to match up with the Lakers' size? The answer is nothing.
Yeah.
Even if you play JaMychal Green and Kevon Looney in the starting lineup and go super, super big as you can go, it still is not the elixir for what your problem is.
Right. We'll go back to the phones in a second, but since you brought up numbers, for whatever it's worth, the public is moving it in the Warrior direction right now. When I looked at this last night, the Warriors were a 3-point underdog. They are now a 2-point underdog, and it is threatening to move even further. Not much, but right now they've gone from a 3-point dog to a 2-point dog. And as far as the series price, as of last night, the Warriors were plus 180. They've moved to plus 175. So a little bit of movement in their direction.
That price is nice.
It is actually a good price. I'll tell you this.
If they win tonight, you got home court back in a 2-2 series. My goodness,
Vegas
Mark.
is setting the setting of the number, which obviously combines with what the public does with it. And I know they're trying to get money on both sides and whatnot. But when the Warriors were in this kind of a situation against Sacramento, down 2-1, and they didn't have the immediate potential to get home court advantage back, Game 4 was at home and they could win it, and they still don't have home court advantage. The Warriors were already the favorite to win the series. In this case, the Warriors 1 win away from getting home court advantage back, and the Warriors are a decided underdog, not just in the game, but in the series. So that gives you an idea of, A, what the odds makers are reading from the public and what the public is doing with it. But within the last 24, maybe even just 18 hours, there has been a lot of money coming in on the Warriors as an underdog tonight.
Well, let's just pick through this a little bit more, and then we'll go to the phones because I know people want to jump into the fray here with Willard and Dibs. But
sure do.
If you like the Warriors to win tonight, and if you think that the winner of tonight has an inside track to win the series, which is what our boss said in the corner office video, and Greg Anthony said the same thing, and I think it's the prevailing notion that the winner of tonight will win the series. Don't bet tonight's game. Get to your series prices because plus 180 is better than your money line price. If the Warriors are getting 2, it's probably plus 125 on the money line.
Plus 116. It's
not even 125.
Not that great. Yeah. Not that great to win
It's more of a long play, but if you're looking for some inside wagering, if you do think that the winner of tonight wins the series, just bet the series price at plus 185.
Plus 175 now.
And
but
going
still,
down.
Yeah, going down. I agree with you completely. All right, back to the phones. How about Marty in San Leandro? Marty, you're on with Willard and Dibs. What are you doing?
Man, I'm knocking out this work in San Leandro, but looking forward to my Lakers taking care of business tonight. About these Bay Area Laker fans, we never falter. We just don't. We respect the Warriors and we root for our team. We damn know we don't care about the name on the back. We care about the name on the front. And if you do well, we're going to adopt you. It's as simple as that. If you don't, we're probably going to get shipped. We ship 5 guys. It's just business.
Yeah, Marty, I get that, and I'm not asking any Laker fan to not like this team. I'm calling out one thing, which is that many, not all, many Laker fans were very hesitant to put their arms around LeBron James when he arrived. And secondarily, I just think that it's a good thing when all teams, this is just a sports thing. I have this issue with the San Francisco Giants right now, and we all do. Have people on your roster who started there. Like, you cultivated that. Make it a cultivation sensation.
That's a buck.
Giants have a little bit. Still got Brandon Crawford. You got Logan Webb. But the Lakers are completely, and this may not matter to you, and that's fine. I granted to you that it was petty. But this Laker team is completely devoid of anything real that was cultivated there, that came up through that fan base, and really was something that they've rooted for with regularity.
Right.
They don't have that. In a way, it's a compliment to them, because if they win this series, he did a great job at the deadline, no doubt. In a way, though, I will say this. One of the reasons I like the Warriors in this series, and one of the things that would disappoint me greatly if the Warriors lose this series, is how is a team with so much continuity going to lose to a group that just got together 2 months ago? I know that it's still LeBron and AD.
Yes.
But the rest of these guys, half your people who play showed up 2 months ago.
Right.
And you're going to already collectively be together enough to go beat the Golden State Warriors for the first time in the Western Conference playoffs ever?
Maybe continuity is overrated.
Maybe.
And then maybe when it comes down to it, when push comes to shove, and you look at the core players on both sides of this matchup, they've got more better players. And I know that's terrible English, but I did it on purpose because you match up AD and LeBron. All right, Steph and Draymond. Then you get to Klay and D'Angelo Russell. Then you get to Schroeder and Wiggins. As you go down the list, maybe you get to better players in the 5, 6, and 7 spot because pretty soon you get to Kevon Looney, great rebounder, solid defender. Then you get to Jordan Poole. Then you get to GP2, a guy who you just acquired from Portland. Yeah. I think you faster with the Warriors get to niche role players than maybe you do with the Lakers.
Interesting. I think the Warriors are decidedly more talented than the Lakers. The Lakers have two great players.
But who's been the best player in the 3 games so far?
Well,
overall 3 games, I think it's been Anthony Davis.
It's Anthony Davis, but he's terrible in one of the 3 games.
Fine, but right? he was the dominant player.
He would be if there were a series MVP in a 3-game series,
and it wouldn't be close.
The Anthony Davis.
I don't think it'd be close.
Correct.
And
I agree with
then
you.
The second best player would be Steph Curry.
Sure.
Okay.
I
just think that when you get, as you go further down the list, you get to more Lakers sooner than you get to a full complement of
I don't know.
Warriors.
You said Andrew Wiggins is matched up with Dennis Schroeder. I know who's a better player between those two. Like, the depth of the Warriors, I find to be way, way better, and I don't really see that changing no matter who wins the series. If the Warriors lose the series, I don't find it to be because the Lakers are a better team. I think it's because the Lakers have the Warriors' kryptonite. Like, if the size and strength inside just overwhelms this particular Warriors roster, it's a styles make fights type of an answer for me. But when you start talking about names like Hachimura and Lonnie Walker,
Lonnie Walker's been okay. He's been more like a Kuminga.
Right, then go Schroeder. Like, who's coming off the bench for the Lakers? Hachimura, Schroeder, and who else? Who's next?
That might be about it in a tight game.